Hello everyone, I am Sainath. Today we are going to discuss the topic about first order logic. Okay, in last topic we had discussed about logical agent, right? In that logical agent we studied um, one topic like propositional logic. Okay, that is one of the key concept of logical agent, right? So in that propositional logic we had discussed that there are some limitation is there in that propositional logic. You know what? So in the propositional logic, we can able to build the logic only in simpler form, like the whether like true or false, like that kind of things. Okay, whether the problem is true or false. For example, it is rainy, like it has rained, so it will tell whether yes raining is true or it is false. It can't able to handle the complex logic. Okay, so in this chapter it is just advancement of propositional logic. Okay, so in this first order logic what it will do is it will handle very complex logic. For example, like in this we can able to reason about their object and what are the relationship between their object and what are the properties of the object. We are mainly focusing this thing to make a decision. Instead of simply saying yes or no, we are simply consider all this kind to make a decision in logic. Okay, by using the logic to train our AI system or AI agent. Okay, so like before we enter into the chapter, like first we get to know like what is first order logic. You know, first order logic is nothing but as we discussed earlier. So first order logic allows to represent the object and what are the relationship between the object and make more complex logical statement. You know, we can able to make very complex logical statement. These are the main description about first order logic. So there are few key element is there in first order logic. Objects, predicates, quantifiers, and these are the main three key element which was present in the first order logic. First, we will understand like what is object. Object is nothing but it is a thing, like people, like cars or animals. These are all considered as objects. The next we will come into the predicate. What predicate will do? Predicate is nothing but it will simply say the relationship between the object. It will simply make a connection and make a relationship between the object. That is the main work of predicate. For example, John, like for example, Sainath. Okay, Sainath loves pizza. Okay, there will be relationship between two objects, Sainath, pizza, and loves. It is a relationship between the two objects. So this will be known as predicates. Okay. Next we will come into the topic of quantifiers. Quantifiers is nothing but it will simply talk about objects. For example, in this quantifier, there are mainly two types of quantifiers there. Okay. First one is universal quantifier, and second one is extensible quantifier. Okay. First we will talk about what is universal quantifier. What is universal quantifier means? Let's understand by using the example. Okay. So all the children love their parents. Okay, that is universal quantifier. That is we can able to accept by all the children. Each and every children can love their parents, right? So that is a universal quantifier. It is applicable for all. Not only there is no exception is there. So by the term we can understand that is the universal. So it can be accepted by all in the world. Okay. So next we will come into the topic of what is extensional quantifier. So in this extensional quantifier, it is somewhat different from the universal quantifier. So in this, what we will do means, like here, for example, let's take, I like pizza. Okay, I like pizza. Like there is some possible somebody don't like pizza, right? So this is extensible quantifier. Okay, by example, we can able to understand this two quantifiers, right? Next, we will come into the topic of what is the real world application by using the first order logic. Let's take our AI system is working like in online shopping site. Okay, so in that what it will do means it will take a object of customers and the product. It will take object, then it will take it is also take some purchases, like what are the things customers has purchases. So like this kind of situation we can use first order logic. Okay, we will understand how, you know, like here whenever we are speaking about that online shopping site. So what is the object here? Object is customer, and what are the products is their object. Okay, so what are the predicates? Predicate means what? It is simply it will say that simply what are the relationship between two objects, right? So here for example let's take, okay, sign up by laptop. Okay, sign up laptop is two object, then it will make a connection between the two object, that is predicate. Okay, next we will so speak about that rules means, that means like some quantifiers, you know. So if sign up purchase laptop means, then phone is free for that laptop. These are some rules. Okay, so in the situation first order logic is very crucially important. Like here we can't able to apply the proportional logic, right? So these are the main some real world application of first order logic. Okay, then we will come into the topic of some key concept of first order logic. Okay, so whenever we are to speak into the key concept, there are some several key concepts there. For example, syntax, semantics, inference, and knowledge engineering. As we say, like these four are some key concepts in first order logic. Firstly we will understand like what is syntax. Whenever we have to speak into the syntax, what is generally syntax represent? It is somehow some structure made based upon certain rules, right? So here in this first order, like what is the structure behind it? So in this, like what it will do means, in this firstly it will take how object, what is the object. Okay, next it will tell about what is the predicates of that object. Next it will tell about the quantifiers, object, predicate, and quantifiers, right? This is the syntax of the first order logic. Next we will come into the topic of semantics. Whenever we are speaking about semantics, as we know that like it will simply mention the relationship between them. Okay, so here let's take that say Sanath loves pizza. So it will make as a relationship. What is semantic generally? It gives meanings of that particular sentence, right? Semantic means it will give the meaning behind the first order logic. Okay, let's assume it will give the meaning of the first order logic. Okay, let's take one example like Sanath loves pizza. It will give some meaning, right? So this is about semantics. Next we will come into the topic of inference. Inference is nothing but like it will it will infer new fact from the existing fact using first order logic. By hearing that line, say it might somewhat confusing, it sound somewhat confusing. Let's take one example. For example, as we'll discuss earlier, like what is syntax. Let's take loves, in that curly braces we can take some x, that is some random number. Okay, then comma, then pizza. Okay, then like we don't know like what is x here. Let's take x as John. Okay, so now it will assume that like it will infer that okay, John loves pizza. So here x has been replaced by John. Like in future we can able to replace by any person, like you, like me, like we can able to infer like any things from the existing things. Here the existing things will be some person likes pizza. We don't know like which person. So because of that we can assume that that person has x. Okay, so this is the main concept behind the inference. Okay, next we will come into the topic of knowledge engineering. Whenever we are speaking about the knowledge engineering, what it do means it will simply represent the complex knowledge in a structured way. Okay, these are the, you know, like whenever something is become as very complex, it will use some of the knowledge based engineering. According to the information which have, it will make some complex knowledge base into some structured way, so we can easily able to understand, we can easily able to do to learn our AI agent or AI system, make easier to learn that environment. So this is something about knowledge engineering. Okay, so let's take some example, some you know, so far like we covered like brief summary about like what is our first order logic and all this stuff we covered. Then we will come into the what are the real world application. Let's take one real world application. Okay, search engine. You know, whenever we are to search, so what it will do means it will basically work on the first order logic. You know why? So whatever prompt we are giving to the search engine, it will simply match it will simply make as a what are the object is there, what are the predicate is there, and what are the quantifiers is there. So according to the predicates quantifiers, to make some relation between the prompt which you are giving, so it will make some conclusion. Okay, uh, the person asking this for me, so I have to simply match for the thing to my already present in my knowledge base or my database. So I will take the information from that, then I will give the response accordingly. So search engine is one of the best example for first order logic. Okay, so yeah, these are the full description about first order logic. So I think like it is so far clear. Yeah, like in this chapter what we are seeing, firstly we see the like what is first order logic, then how first order logic can overcome the limitation of propositional logic, then what are the key concept or key element present in the first order logic, then we will see like some application regarding first order logic, and like we are also see that like what are the syntax, semantics, and inference knowledge engineering about which was used in first order logic. And finally we have discussed about how search engine can applicable by using the how search engine works in AI can by using first order logic. Okay, so these are the very brief summary of this chapter. Thank you. Bye bye guys.